Hello everybody, welcome to Cards by Kate Fletcher YouTube channel. Today I just wanted to come on and do a really quick review of some of my Christmas presents. I've already showed you these in my Christmas craft haul video, but today I just thought I'd come on and give you a quick closer look and show you more about them and what I think. So here you go. So the first thing I got was this from my husband, and when I first opened it, I have to admit I did laugh. But do you know what? It's absolutely fantastic and I love it, and I'm reaching for it all the time, and it's already saved me time, and it's already saved me having to queue at the post office to just check the size of the stamp I needed, because I never liked to guess, because I would have been so embarrassed to send someone a card or a letter or whatever, and for them to have to pay extra postage because I hadn't put the right postage stamp on it. So this has already saved me time, money, embarrassment. It's brilliant and I love it. So how it works, it's got this like film on it, which I've actually left on for now. Actually, let's just take that off now while we're here. There you go. I think you should be able to see that better now. You can definitely see my lighting and you can see my head in the video. Sorry about that. So how it works, you have the square here, and this tells you that if the letter fits in this and is thin enough to go through this slot here, you can put a normal size stamp on it, you know, like the ones you buy in the little books. If the letter is bigger than this or doesn't fit through there, it needs to go through here, in which case you would need a large letter. Now, I have been reaching for this a lot. I have had a lot of birthdays to do in January. I'm not done. I've still got a few to do. And bizarrely, most of the people whose birthdays I've had to do, their name seems to start with D. How bizarre is that? But anyway, whole other point. So I have been reaching for this a lot. And one of the things I have been checking is embellishments, actually. So I have some here to show you the difference. So I've been playing with my Polar Playtime collection a lot, and I wanted to make sure that if I wasn't going to see the person, that I put the right stamp on it. Now this letter thing is great because you can actually test to see if the embellishments will go through the little one or not. So like enamel dots will go through. Obviously it depends what else you've done to the card, but then the resin fish, they don't. They get stuck. So they would have to go through the larger one. So as you can see, these haven't been used, whereas I have used a few of these. The other thing, I did a decoupage card. I can't show it yet because I've only just posted it, and the person who it's being sent to does follow me on social media, so I don't want to ruin the surprise, but it will be within the next week or so on my Instagram and my Facebook page. So have a look, because it is a really beautiful card. I'm really, really proud of it, actually. And there will be a video on how I made it coming up. But anyway, decoupage, that wouldn't go through the little slot. I had to put it through a bigger one, so I had to get a bigger stamp. So I've got a few examples here. This is like a really old one I did. This is something I did last year when I was trying quilling. It's not the best. Then we have a Joyful card with a bit of a twist to it. It's got like a standy uppy bit. If I can prop it up. This, if you want to do something like this, check out, where did I see a video for this? Possibly Mixed Up Craft. I think I might have got this idea from. I don't even know what it's called. But yeah, that's one I didn't send this Christmas. And then I have this one as well. This I love this one. So this is just to show you the different sizes of card and like what goes through what. So this is a tunnel card. Let's just put this to one side. You see, so that goes through just, in fact that's got now stuck, so that I will probably put, if I don't see the person that's going to, I'll probably put a big stamp on that just to cover it. This one, the fancy Christmas card, I won't put it in its envelope, but again that would need the bigger stamp, even though it's a really small card. So you might be thinking small card, small stamp, not necessarily. And then this one, well, that is no way going to go through, is it? So that would need the big stamp as well. So yeah, I reach for this all the time. I absolutely love it. I do check the embellishments and stuff through there. It's already, in the few weeks I've had it, saved me a lot of time and I love it. If anyone wants one, obviously my husband won't tell me exactly where on Amazon he got it, and I'm not going to be looking for prices, so I won't put any links on, but he got it off of Amazon, so I really recommend these. These are great. Also, I don't know if you can see, I know you can see my lights and stuff, it's got centimetres and stuff on the side, so there's actually a measure. So yeah, love that. Love that. Then I got this. I actually asked for this. This is an Xcut screw punch. And I did ask for this. I like Xcut stuff. And the reason I asked for this was because I only have a regular size Big Shot. And I found when I was doing gift bags and stuff that I wanted to make holes. I didn't have anything to make it with, and also I do have like a hole die for bags and stuff, but if I was doing a big bag it wasn't going to go through, so I just wanted really something quick and easy that I could just reach for, that would just sit in my pot. So I asked for this. Now it is well made, as you can see. It's like steel or something here. This is a good hard plastic. The only design fault I have found is inside. And can you see? I don't know if that's showing up. In there is the extra heads. So basically this bit here screws off. And that is the small head. You see my shot, and then the others are kept in here. Now that's a good idea in itself, but the plastic doesn't hold them, and you can see they've all fallen back inside the doofer. So to get them out is a bit of a challenge, and that's probably going to snap off before not too long. So there's one of the other heads, and then to get the other one, well, to be honest, I don't know how I'm going to get the other one out. Oh, there you go. Ooh. So it's a bit of a design fault for something that is so well made here and here. That bit is really flimsy. It's like, it reminds me of a bit of Lego, if I'm honest. But it's really, really flimsy, and I can see that snapping off before not too long. So a little bit disappointed with that. Now these are really easy to use. As I say, they just attach on the end here. Let me just grab a bit of card. This is just scrap card. And I'll show you how easy it is to use. So you literally put the end on there, screw this back on. Now, I do recommend using it on a surface and not straight on the table. I did this earlier on the table and went through the table. Well, it went through the card onto the table. So that's the small hole. And I'm using my glass mat to do this on to protect the table. Okay, so that's one. This is the next one. It is really nice, quick and easy to use. 3 different punch holes. I don't think anyone who has like arthritis or something would have an issue to use it. It doesn't take much force to push it down. I do have a weak right wrist. I broke my wrist in 2 places. Whoa! Be careful to hold what you're punching, because otherwise that will happen. So those are the holes. Anyway, as I was saying, I have got a slightly right wrist. I can't even talk now. I have got a slightly weaker right wrist because I broke it in 2 places a few years ago. I have no problems pushing this down. I don't think anyone with dexterity problems would have too much of an issue using this. It is very easy to use. It's very easy to push. Doesn't take too much pressure to get it to go through. And as you can see, it does make good size holes. So that is the Xcut screw punch. Okay, the last thing I have to show you is the We Are Memory Keepers punch board. Now, this is for making envelopes. I did ask for this for Christmas, and my husband was really lovely and got it for me. People actually also make gift boxes on here, and they make flowers on here. There's all different things you can do with this. It's not just a envelope maker. But I put it back in the packaging for now to see, so you can see how it comes. And it's just plastic, really. I just slit it on the side here to get it out. Did come out nice and easily. So on the back, it's literally just a picture of the board, picture of the punching mechanism, an American address. And then we go into the packaging. Right, so when you get it out of the packaging, first of all you have this: punch, score, rotate paper 90 degrees, fold and glue. So me being a bit overexcited, I kind of just read that and went for it. That was not the way to go, okay? Don't do that if you get one. I will go through what you should do in a minute. Other bits you get in the packaging, you get this sheet here. This is sticky on the back, so you can adhere it. I haven't. I've left it on the release paper at the moment. So this is alternate sizes. So we'll get to the board in a minute. They have actually got a whole set of sizes on there. This is like an extra. So this goes from 5.1 inch by 9 inch, and that's gift card size, and then it goes all the way through other sizes all the way up to the biggest point over here, which is 15.2 inches by 21.6 inch. Okay, so you have alternate sizes here, and it tells you what paper size to use for a card that big, where the score lines are, so on and so forth. So you do have that. And then you have this, which is the same thing, just bigger. And this isn't adhered to. You can't stick this to anything, basically. There's no stickiness on this. It's just paper. But again, same gift card to. This one actually only goes up to 12.2 by 21.6. But again, tells you what to do. On the back, it's actually a better instruction set. I didn't see this, and I just went off half cock based on these, which I shouldn't have done. So you have a better instruction thing here. But we'll go through the machine now. So the board itself is plastic, but it's a good hard plastic. On the top we have a little ruler, starts at 1 inch over here, goes all the way up to 5 inches, and then it goes up, goes 1/8, a quarter, 3/8, a half, 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, next number. So it's nice and straightforward as you go. You have the score guide here, which also links into the score line. And then this is the punchy bit. So this side you can use as it says reverse punch. Can you see that? This can be used as like a corner rounder. And then this bit punches the main card. And on the side here, you have a scoring tool. And it's actually a really nice quality one as well. I really like it. So this then shows you the final result. And down here, we have all the measurements. So the first column is the card size you've made. So for example, you may have made a card that's 3.5 by 5 inches, which is something called 4-bar. I don't know what that is. So the second column is the paper size you will need to make an envelope. So if we go back to the 3.5 by 5, so if you've got a card that measures 3.5 by 5 inches, you need a sheet of paper that is 7 1/4 by 7 1/4. Okay, and then the last column is the score line. Okay, so that relates to this piece here, and you will line it up here. So going back to our whatever a 4-bar is, our score line would be at 3 1/8, which is here. Oh, there you go. So you'd line it up with that mark there. Now, I didn't read the instructions properly, and I also didn't read the ruler properly, which was really, really stupid. Okay, so when I first started making them, I can't think, where was my first score line? I think it might have been like A2, so I needed the score line to be 3 3/4. I lined it up at 2 3/4 up here because I didn't read the ruler properly. And then I was like, well, why is my envelope's not coming out right? It's because you read the ruler wrong, dummy. So make sure you read the ruler right. It does go like that way. Okay. The other thing that I did wrong was after I made my initial score line down here, and I'd lined it up here to make my score line, every time I rotated my paper, I lined it up back over here again, which again wasn't helping my chords because that's not what you do at all. Okay, so this is one of the first attempt envelopes, but as you can see, it doesn't all line up right. I mean, it makes an envelope and I can probably use that, so I'm not going to throw it away, but it's clearly not right. It was really not right, and that's because I'd done it completely wrong on the process. The process, once you've got it, it's so easy. You'll just do it without even thinking, but I got it wrong. So this is another one that went wrong, and you can see that was never going to fit a good size card. I think the card I was trying to fit in that envelope was I'm trying to remember. I think it was a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card. Oh, that wasn't going to fit in that tiny little space. And again, it's because I did it wrong. It will fold up, but look how wrong it is. I mean, that's not going to make an envelope. So I will keep that and see if I can turn it into something else, or I might use it just to cut like the panels or something. I'm not going to throw a piece of card away, but it was really, really wrong. So just show you what you should have done. So I'm only going to use white card here. Right. So I've got my score tool out as well. So this is A4, so let's try making an envelope. Let's go for the 2.5 by 3.5. So if our card measures 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches, the first thing I'm going to need is a piece of paper that measures 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches. So I now need to cut this down. So I'm just going to do that and I will be back. Okay, so I have cut that piece of A4 paper down to 5.5 by 5.5 inches. So now the scoreboard tells you that you make your first score line at 2 3/8 inches. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find 2 3/8 on the scoreboard. Let's try and do it in shot. Right, 2 3/8. It's up here. So there's 2, there's 3/8. The paper is lined up on that line. Okay, I'm going to put it down here so I can do this. What I need to do is hold it in place. You put your score tool right into the punchy part there, into the hole, and it will automatically fall into this groove, and then you can make your score line. See how easy that was? And then put a punch, and you see, so we have the score line and we have a punch. You turn the paper. Now this is where I went wrong. This is what you need to do now. What I did was when I started without reading anything, lined it back up on the ruler. You don't do that. You put your paper back up to the top so it's nice and straight, but then you line your score groove up with this piece here, and they call this the score guide. So I'm going to put that like that. So now my score guide is in my score line. Okay, let's put that down again. Make sure that's still in. Right, now you're going to make your next score line. Put your score pen into the punchy house thing. Do your score line, punch. Rotate the paper again. Find your old score line. Put the score guide into the groove of that. Make your next score line. And punch. And again. And this will then make the right size envelope for you. So that is what I now have. You can now fold and burnish these little lines. Like this. And you can see you have a dead cute little envelope. Now what I did, I'm just going to put this back in here. How I have been securing these, you can get envelope glue online. I haven't done that. I decided to use my stash, so I've been using double-sided tape. So what I was doing was I was folding the sides in, and then I will put tape down as close to the bottom here as I can up. Same here. Then it folds over and catches. Then what I did start doing, I was putting the tape up here, but I actually think it's a better idea to put the tape on this bottom piece and on the top bit. Then you have two different catches when it closes to really seal it. The other thing I was doing, I was using the reverse punch to round off the corners. But I was only doing it on the on the like top and bottom of the envelope, if you like. I was leaving the sides, so I knew they were the sides, and then I just rounded off those two. You could do all four if you wanted, but I just found it easier to do it like that. Then I seal it and it's done. I have been making them as I go, so if I make a card, I make the envelope, and it's really nice because it means you can match your envelope to the paper pad you've used, or if you have a paper pad that maybe you don't use so much on your cards or your projects, you could actually use it to make envelopes. So it's a really nice way, it's an extra way to use up your stash, and I absolutely love this. The only thing I would change, if I'm honest, when you're doing the bigger ones, so this one here for example, I did an 8.5 by 6 inch card. It was a center step card, and the card I had to use to make the envelope was 11.5 by 11.5. That doesn't fit on this little board, so I started off being able to score it, but then I had to end up getting a ruler out and my scoring tool and finishing off the line. So if I could change this in any way, I would make it slightly bigger to accommodate these bigger card sizes, but it's not the end of the world. I do have a means to do it, so you know, it's not the end of the world. It would just be nicer if it was a bit bigger. However, I mean, if you were, I don't know, if you've got a mobile home for example, and you're going to spend the summer going around the country and you wanting to craft on the go, this is nice and small. It will easily just, it will take up no room. You could take it with you. It is what it is. Personally, I would like it a little bit bigger, or to have an arm that came out something, just, I don't know, but I would like it a little bigger. That's the only thing I would change about this. The rest of it, it's brilliant. I love it. I reach for it every single day. I think this is probably my favourite Christmas present, craft-wise, that I got. So, yeah, I hope you found the video useful. If you have enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you subscribe to the channel. If you do subscribe, don't forget to ring that bell, and then you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back really soon. See you soon. Bye.